When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's...
Serious domestic abuse. I'm the Sovereign Prince of Uganda,
And I'm an essential part of a balanced breakfast.
and today we're playing Pokemon at the same time, for the fourth time, red and blue simultaneously, and we're going to do that battle that we promised last time. We're dirty, filthy, horrible gypsy liars, because last episode we promised we'd do it, but serious technical difficulties in a doping scandal got in the way of us, and this time we're finally fulfilling that promise.
It was embarrassing to everyone involved.
Definitely. Alright, so we ready to go?
Yep. So...
Un momento, por favor.
It's really interesting having two emulators linked to each other on the same computer.
Yes. Did you say emulators? This is completely legal Game Boy recording. We're using a Game Boy capture cartridge that uses the Nintendo Game Boy camera to upload it as if it were printing.
Yeah, my uncle who works at Nintendo gave it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Go, Nibbles!
Alright, so I'm going to be moving first because you control both of us at the same time and I only control me. We're really good on this technology stuff, you know, that these computers, I mean, Game Boys, will never catch on.
Yeah, Nintendo are awfully backwards when it comes to, like, modern technology and all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cop my pubberg.
I don't want to copy your Puberg, you haven't watched it in years.
Weeks. We haven't played this in weeks, so it was a bit of a surprise to open my Pokemon party and see Bongzilla there. It was a welcome surprise, but a surprise nonetheless.
I have been watching this back a few times just because I love the sound of my own voice. So, I still remember the names of all my Pokemon.
Let's be real, you love the sound of my voice.
We love the sound of each other's voice.
Aww. Wholesome.
Wholesomeness coming from Puberg versus Nibbles.
Nibbling on pubberg.
Yeah. Well, you can't afford to be fussy if you want to be a selfless lover.
Okay.
Alrighty. Bongzilla!
Prepare to get bonged on, friend.
So, we've had a few weeks since we last recorded. Anything fun happen?
Well, yes and no. Well, mainly yes, but it's a long story that I won't get into here because it's just not worthy of it. But however, the other day, my cat, I've got a story about my cat that I promised you that you've been eagerly waiting for.
Oh boy.
Decided that he wanted to embed his face in my armpit. Now, I was wearing this jacket. You can see it. The audience can't if they exist.
It's kind of like a fabric bomber jacket.
Yeah. Well, all clothing is made out of fabric, really. But anyway, it's like a... I don't know how to describe the fabric, but...
Not leather.
Yeah, it's not leather, and it's not suede. I can't believe it's not leather, let's call it that. Anyway, he got so into this. I don't even know why he thought it was such a fantastic idea to put his face directly into my armpit of this jacket, but he ended up bear hugging me with both his hands, claws and all, and pulling himself into my armpit. Now, I couldn't feel it through the jacket because it's a reasonably thick jacket, but he was doing this, and he got so into it that he ended up pulling himself up, upside down, flipping himself over to do a full front flip and landing back down on the couch. It's the only time I've seen a cat not land on its feet, and it was absolutely incredible. He just kind of had this expression like, what the fuck is life? And it was absolutely amazing.
Oh, lovely. Cats are bizarre little bastards.
Yeah. You can say that again. Okay, so this battle's taken a different turn from the first time. I actually have the knowledge of the previous thing to know what you were basically going to be doing with Nibbles, which I've always actually thought not very much about Rattata, but it actually fucked me up last time.
Yeah, it's like D&D. Highest initiative is just fucking game breaking.
Yep. But your quick attack is going to be absolutely kill now, because he's...
Ah, fuck, I missed.
He's killed to death.
Nibbles is kill.
Yeah, Nibbles is kill.
Yep.
Bongzilla reigns supreme. 1,000 years Bongzilla.
It's been about 3 weeks since we last did a record, and we've both done some things in that time. You went over to Melbourne.
Yes, I did. It was good.
And I had a 3-day training seminar last weekend for a martial art I do.
What martial art might that be?
It involves lots of testicle kicking.
Full contact chess.
Oh man. Winner takes all bingo.
It gets aggressive once the Zimmer frames are put down.
No, I actually have a really good story from that training seminar. So, we were doing some stuff involving cars. We were learning how to shoryuken them. But we were basically in this car park. And it was a large car park. We all had cars there. It was great. We were doing our training there. Now, this is in Northbridge, Perth's nightclub scene. So, you're going to have a few characters here and there. Now, this one dude who was drunk and probably on the wacky tobacco a bit, he was getting a little too interested in what we were doing.
Or the wacky crystals.
Yeah. So, our instructor was just like, okay, guys, we're going to head off to the restaurant now, get our dinner early. Now, this is the middle of the day, so we weren't fucking going anywhere for dinner. But, so we head back to where we were originally training, which is about a 5-minute drive away.
Right.
And,
so a considerable walk.
Yeah, very, very considerable walk.
Okay.
Anyway, the instructor was just like, okay, here's a bit of a debriefing on that situation. It could have been violent, but we managed to defuse it safely. That speech went on for about 5 minutes. It was a nice little speech about peacefully resolving a situation.
Yeah.
So, 5 minutes pass. He fucking finds us.
Now, Northbridge, you probably don't know it. If you do, then you probably are going to forget it. Or want to, anyway. But it's basically set out in a massive grid, so a 5-minute drive covers a lot of ground, barring any traffic kind of things, but if it's in the middle of the day, it's going to be a considerable distance you can cover in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it was on a Sunday, too, so we had basically no traffic. It was 5 minutes of steady driving, and he fucking found us. He wasn't out of breath, tracked us down, fucking... We gotta hire that guy to find Harold Holt. He'll find him in 5 minutes.
And tell him he's got a keg, and he'll find him in 2.
Yep, basically.
Okay, so the results didn't change despite my prior knowledge, so I am the loser of this situation.
Yeah.
And we'll continue on with the story.
Alright, we'll continue in a sec. And we're back. We've de-linked, and we're all good to go.
Fresh off the back of my humiliating defeat, we are ready to start again.
Yep.
And
so back to my story about a guy who I am beginning to suspect is Jesus. So this guy had no way of tracking us. He covered about a 5-minute drive, in about 10 minutes, very casually on foot. And he seemed to be testing us, our response to how we would respond to a drunk, slightly belligerent dude who was clearly a little out of his head. So I'm led to believe we had an encounter with Jesus.
You mentioned before Harold Holt. Some people who are not Australian might not know who this guy is. Former Prime Minister decided to take a dip one day, went out swimming, and disappeared from existence entirely. Now, what does the Australian public do to commemorate this dude?
The dude who drowned?
The Memorial Swimming Pool.
It's what he would have wanted.
They fucking made the Harold Holt Memorial Swimming Pool.
That's a real thing. Look it up. It's beautiful.
I love and hate this country. Mostly love. No.
Hey,
I don't know.
Australia has its issues, but one thing we are excellent at, it's laughing at ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most self-aware country, probably.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced any other countries, so...
Yeah. Well,
oh, shit,
we certainly have them... Okay, you know how a lot of people will say that Australians are nothing but shitposters on, like, 4chan and whatnot?
Anywhere. Life is shitposting for an Australian.
No, Australians were shitposting long before the internet was even conceived in someone's fever dream. Like, we were shitposting back in the Dreamtime era.
Wait, Australia existed before the internet?
Yeah. Yeah, but Australians love making shit up. I mean, the first time some zoologist came here to Australia, They found a fucking platypus. They found a fucking platypus,
Yeah.
and they brought a stuffed specimen back to England, because that's just fucking England. And they were just like, what the fuck is this? You just sewed together like 3 different animals.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, this thing's real. And I was like, fuck off. So, since that day, Australians have just been fucking with foreigners, like, the very, very real and completely true stories of drop bears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta remember your Vegemite behind the ears, that shit's true.
Yep. 100%.
Yep. My uncle was killed by a drop bear.
My uncle is a drop bear.
Oi! You fucking... screw it. No point holding grudges. No, it's, Australian humour is very much defined by pulling the piss out of ourselves and making up shit.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean...
fucking poisoned.
I definitely think we inherited that from the British, along with a lot of other things.
I don't know. I don't know if British humour's not so much pulling the piss out of themselves, but like...
British humour loves punching down on themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you look at a standard British sitcom like Bottom, and it's about just lowly, grimy people getting shat on even more.
I don't know if you'd call Bottom a typical British sitcom, but I mean, it's definitely a good one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We've got to watch some of that later.
Yes.
Okay.
We definitely will. Okay, Nibbles is going to get fucked up, so I'm going to just swap him out.
So we're going to end this right here and go watch Bottom. See you guys.
Bye-bye! You know, I was so tempted to pause the recording.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Alright, we'll continue just because we love you.
We love you all.
Oh, you read my mind.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
No reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willy's time! Holy shit, Rattatar's fucking Maggie up.
Yep. Hey, how do you think I feel? Swoopy just joined the PSN.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
You're further ahead than me.
Go!
Oh, Puberg's evolving! Motherfucker!
Oh, shit. This might turn the tide in our next fight.
Probably not.
Fucking bubbles!
I think if anything turns the tide in the next fight, it'll be, Bongzilla evolving. He gets pretty powerful. Oh, yeah, let's see.
God damn it, I can't fucking... he's a snake. Just fucking stomp on him. You fucking...
I don't know, I've seen snakes eat turtles. I've seen snakes eat a snake eat a deer whole.
Yeah.
You don't want to fuck with snakes.
Nah, my grandfather got bit by a snake once. He was hospitalized for a few days. He got out. You know what he fucking did? He tracked that fucker down, killed him, and hung his skin up by the front gate of the farm.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of weird. My grandfather was skinned alive. He was also a snake.
Vengeance is sweet. But yeah, my grandfather was a tough old bastard. He got cancer when he was like 76, and a few months, like up until his diagnosis, he was still working his farm. Because he was like a fabricator and a farmer. He was a tough old bastard.
Well, this went to a dark place.
Yeah. No, this is just fun memories of...
Of cancer.
Fun memories of a stubborn old bastard.
Fair enough. Fucking Rattatars and their quick attack bullshit. Oh, this boost in attack sure did fucking Puberg well. He's getting fucked on by a rat.
Where can I get free healthcare? I forgot.
Down.
Down, alright. Enjoy some nice free healthcare. Reminds me of a Jimmy Carr bit. Irony is like basic healthcare. Americans just don't get it.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
Jesus. Fuck. I'm getting fucked on by this Rattata. So, you don't have too much knowledge about Pokemon. Out of what you know, have you given much thought about what you want your team to consist of?
I want my team to consist of...
Pokemon!
No, I want my team to just consist of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Right, okay. That really answers my question. Fuck you, man.
Well, I think that should
Puberg.
answer how much... That should answer how much knowledge I have about Pokemon. It's in the negatives, dude.
It was the pokey and the man and the...
Oh, fuck. Did you see, like, at his trial, at his fucking, like, rape trial, he busts out the Fat Albert?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey! Maybe not like that, but... You know what? I imagine just old Bill Cosby probably does sound that monstrous.
Like, I didn't watch too much of The Cosby Show, or any of his stuff, but I did like Bill Cosby prior to all this stuff, and now I don't know what the whole deal is. I've been trying to... I don't follow stuff like this, you know, but, oh my god, I'm being fucking taken down all of a sudden. I might need to do some grinding. I never normally get this fucked up on this part. I actually I have the virtual console version on the 3DS of this, and
I'd just like to draw your attention that I've been fighting a rabbit with seashells glued to it.
Well, I actually... Funny you should bring that one specifically up. I've been basically rushing through a file on my 3DS with only that evolutionary line. Right now I've got a Nidoking, and that's the only thing I'm using, with occasionally using my Wartortle for like water stuff on rock things, and it's actually really, really effective, but it kind of takes a bit of the fun out of it when you can just storm everything with one attack.
Yeah, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a groin you need to kick. Well, I think that's how that saying goes.
Right. I'm gonna fuck my ass off to the healthcare.
Yeah, get some nice, glorious free medicine.
Bernie Sanders, a perfect vision for 2020.
I really wish he was in the military. Then we could have Colonel Sanders leading the country.
Yeah.
The country we don't live in and have no plans to ever go to.
Yep. If you could go to one country right now alright, let's just say, the nukes that we're storing for America, it's a thing, especially in the state that we live in. If those nukes suddenly detonate and wipe our state off the country, but somehow we've been pre-warned about it, and, you know, we are now succeeded in succeeding from the rest of the country, so we're not allowed to go there because we don't have the proper passports, and because our country's in, you know, our new West Australian country is in shreds from these nukes.
Yep.
Anyway, we can't move to anywhere else in Australia. Which country do you go to right now?
Well, my girlfriend lives in Brazil, so there.
Okay.
That's an easy answer for me. You?
I'd go to Germany.
Yeah, Germany seems nice.
Yeah.
I have a few friends who live there.
I don't know anyone who lives there, but I like what they got going for them.
Yeah, they've got a lot. They've got a lot there.
Especially education-wise. Their education system is very good. Plus,
yeah, it's like the ultra-conservative government there is like, free education for everyone.
Yeah.
That's... You know, it says something about a country where the leader, like the fucking direct leader of the country, can oppose gay marriage, and it still happens. Well, there's something to be said for that sort of system of politics. Jesus Christ, we're getting political again at about the same time.
I was going to say, let's not get political now. But, yeah, let's just focus on what's happening on my screen on the right-hand side. I have met a stranger in the middle of the wilderness, and we've decided to hurl birds at each other.
Yep.
Swoopy versus Pidgey.
It's a casual Saturday afternoon in Australia.
Yep. Just taken a wrong turn down like down a rural area, and you've just seen two bogans butt naked holding chickens by their feet and just wailing into each other with them.
Yep.
Alright, speaking of bogans, I used to live in I still do. I live in a very dodgy suburb that's full of bogans, but prior to that I lived in a dodgy suburb that's full of bogans.
Yep.
And when I lived there, one of the first things I met of the neighbours was we were across the streets from this massive drug flat. Like, it was really bad.
Yeah.
There'd be cops there every other day.
Yeah.
And the first night, I looked out the window because I heard yelling, and the only bit that I heard that articulated out of this person's mouth, fucking Pidgey cunt, it wasn't that. It was, "Hey! Give me my crap!" And it was... Yeah, this person was just out in the middle of nowhere, or in the middle of the street, going absolutely ballistic at someone that might not have even existed because they weren't out there with them. They were by themselves, yelling at the building, yelling about their crack that was stolen. And yeah, it was a great introduction to the neighborhood.
I remember going to a piss up at your place one time, and I'm pretty sure this is the same flat because I got dropped off in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
I just see someone's flower bed on fire, and I just walked to your place. And I'm pretty sure it was the exact same flat.
I've seen some great things there. There was one person that had facial tattoos in the shape of the Southern Cross, which is essentially the Australian equivalent of having the fucking...
It's the Ostica.
Yeah, it's the Ostica.
Yeah. Well, anyone with a Southern Cross tattoo, anyone with a fuck off we're full sticker... chances are they might be a neo-Nazi.
Not so much, but we have this brand of conservative patriotism which involves the only stars that these people know apart from Dancing with the Stars. And fucking... Yeah. Anyway. I also saw someone that had their postcode tattooed up their forearm. Not just on their forearm, mind you. Big block letters that took up their entire forearm. And I actually had a brief couple of words with this person at the bus stop. They looked at me dead in the eyes after yelling at their girlfriend, because I obviously looked over when I heard a loud noise.
Yep.
I had headphones on, but he was looking at me, so I thought maybe he was saying something to me.
Mm-hmm.
I took off my headphones and looked at this guy, and then he was just like, she wants me. And I was, oh...
Okay, so I think I've beaten up all these kids and taken their lunch money.
So yeah, there's still, you can go up the top there. That's where you're meant to be going.
Yeah, I saw that and I accidentally jumped down this way because...
Right. I've again almost been mugged by a bunch of kids with, hey, it's the thing with seashells on it that you had before.
Yep.
It's the Nidoran. I'm a bit disappointed that I forgot about how boss Nidoking was in this game. So, yeah. Also, I propose that when we get to the next town, there's something that I need to catch, and I am eventually going to need to trade it to evolve it. Mm-hmm. So if you need anything either from this game, which we might take a brief intermission at the next town, so I can show you the list of exclusive things to each generation. Each version. So that way you kind of know what I have on offer in my game.
I think I might pass. I'm playing this blind just because I think that's a nice gimmick. We have a nice chemistry going on, a nice contrast. I'm a grumbling, bitter individual that doesn't like Pokemon. You're also a grumbling, bitter individual, but you like
likes Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just find something that you don't want, catch it, and then put it in your PC so that, oh shit, I blacked out. This is embarrassing. This is the first time that this has happened to me in a long time. But... you know, what they say, 1 in 5 and all that.
Yeah.
I guess I've been paying too much attention to talking and not enough to the game, but hey. Just, what I was saying, just catch something that you don't want to keep, and then next time you go to a Pokemon Center, I'll show you on my screen right now, you want to go to this computer here, and deposit it in someone's PC.
Yep, in Bill's PC.
Yeah, it's Bill's, but it's called something else. So, yeah, we won't need to do that for a while, but if you just, hang on to that so that you've got a bit of trade bait that we can trade back and forth between each other, that would be good. Cool. Alright, I'm going to take another running stab at this. Hopefully I don't fuck it up too bad, because this is getting embarrassing.
Alright, I've exhausted my supply of kids to beat up with their lunch money.
You know what I'm going to do?
So I'm going to go get some nice
I'm going to go back and buy some drugs from the drugstore.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to stock up on some PCP while you're there.
Nah, man, I'm going for Killer K. Guaranteed to get you a gold medal in the Paralympics.
Drug abuse in professional sports. Escape rope.
What am I doing? I'm paying so little attention to this, it's shocking.
That's basically my default with Pokemon.
Alright, I'm gonna start. I don't need Paralyze Heal right now. I can pay you $100 for that one. Nah, I'm not gonna sell that.
Oh, I don't want Pokeballs.
Oh, I could have. Alright, I'll just get 2 antidotes.
I'm stocking up on stuff I can... Awakening!
Same.
There are certain words I can only like read dramatically. Awakening is one of them, especially when it's on its own.
Right.
Do you have any words like that, or are you not as douchey as me?
No, I've never actually thought about it, to be honest. Now it's personal. I gotta fucking get my revenge.
Revenge. That's another one.
Revenge.
Fuck him up. Charge.
Oh, this is starting up great. Fucking critical hit from the beginning.
Oh no.
At least this time I've got some fucking ketamine to keep me going.
Oh man.
You know what I love? That in all of those American 80s TV shows, whenever someone, like procedural police shows, stuff like that, whenever someone's doing something ridiculous, like, I don't know, punched a car and sent it flying, they're immediately just like, oh no, he's on PCP.
Well, like, in all fairness, the human body can do a lot when it doesn't give a fuck about self-preservation.
Yeah, you hear
Punching a car through a roof, probably not one of them.
Yeah, you hear about some crazy things about like people on bath salts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't ever seen anyone on bath salts. I haven't seen anyone on ketamine in person anyway. But I've seen a fair few people on acid. And you can tell because they kind of, well, apart from their pupils being the size of the fucking sun.
Maggie, wake up or I will slap you awake. Alright.
Well, also in this game, it's different in other ones, but once you wake up, that waking up counts your turn as well, so you can't move after that either.
Oh, yes, it did not affect Swerk Cunt. Ooh, what's
No, he has to be put asleep too.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, like one time I was sitting down at a park with a friend, and I ended up lying down and looking up at the sky. Don't know why. I think they said something about what a cloud looked like or what have you. So I looked up at the sky, lying down, and then all of a sudden I see this greasy, long-haired, bearded face stick over mine with eyes as big as the fucking... well, pupils as big as the fucking sun. And he's just like, hey, are you on acid? And I was like, no. And he goes, why not? And I look up, and because his head moves back, and I look up, and he's already skipped 10 meters away by the time I look after where he's gone. I wonder what he's doing now.
Probably jacking off behind a dumpster.
Hey, that's my dumpster. Get your own.
Oh, boy. Goddamn Jigglypuff. Your singing sucks.
Alright, I've almost got my vendetta.
Oh, Jesus. Please no, please no. Yes, fucking avoided that cunt.
Do you want to hear a fun fact?
It's the next town.
I learnt something this week.
Yeah?
Octopi are literally so intelligent that in certain countries in Europe, I don't know which, can't remember, but they are not legally allowed to be operated on without being put under anesthetic.
Yeah. Like, the thing about octopi is that they're not a social species. If they were, humanity would be fucked.
As far as I know, their brains are actually more developed than our own. I think they consist of, like, billions. I think 10 billion? I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me.
Billions and billions
Of neurons. Which means that their brains are more developed than our own.
They're fucking scary about what they'll do. Like, there was a story about an octopus that caused a fucking power outage in an aquarium because some lights were bothering him. And he was like, man, fuck your lights. And just shot water into them.
Huh.
And fucking short-circuited everything.
Damn. Okay, just so you know, if you talk to a lot of random people, you get given shit usually. And just a hint, you can get something from the Pokemon Center up there from one of the people, but I don't know if you'll necessarily want it.
Oh, might as well see.
It costs you money, though.
Ah, fuck that noise.
You don't really want to see what it is. Could be ketamine.
No. For me, it's smooth black tar heroin or bust.
No China White?
Nah.
Aww.
Gotta be Nicaraguan, man. Gotta be Nicaraguan.
Okay.
You know, one of the 3 countries that doesn't use the metric system. What was that? Oh, wait, I'm just trying to... Anyway, I don't care.
Swoopy grew to... Swoopy learned fucking quick, can't attack.
Oh, fuck yeah. Ooh, 1 hit.
So, I'm gonna go for the thing in that Pokemon Center.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler, it's a useless fish.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna get it.
I think once you get to the Pokemon Center, we'll probably call an intermission here.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm actually a little bit far behind that, so I don't know how long I'll be, because I've got a couple more battles to do.
I'll just grind while I wait for you.
Yeah, alright, that sounds good to me. Let me buy my useless, stupid fish, and then we'll call it.
Yep. So... I am exhausting my conversational topics, so I'm just going to say the first thing that comes into my mind.
Is it going to be dick? That's always on your mind.
If only. You know, while we're on the topic of dick, if there's one thing I love, it's purportedly straight dudes freaking out when they see a dick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it is always funny to me. Especially because I used to be that way myself, and now it's just like, oh, whatever.
Well, I mean, do you get scared when you see your own dick? No. Why be scared when you see someone else's dick? It's not going to fly down your mouth.
Oh, God. I'm pretty sure that's someone's dream right there.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of dreams, I had a fucking weird one last night. I'm going to tell you about it.
Oh, boy.
So, I was in this weird apartment. It was very new bohemian style, you know, so it looked like a kind of warehouse that had been converted over to an apartment. And I was in this massive X-freight elevator. It was a lot bigger than the regular one that would transport people, you know. So, I...
Transport people made of boxes.
Yeah. So anyway, there's me and another person, and then a rather portly fellow comes in and smashes his palm multiple times on the numbers, right? And we're like, alright, you know, settle down, buddy.
He was trying to unlock the elevator's Konami code.
Yeah, well, he did, because all of a sudden there's a massive snap, and the other person turns and looks at me, and she says, that's a cable breaking. And then all of a sudden, we get launched like the fucking Willy Wonka elevator out of the roof. And we go launching about 100 meters, maybe 200 meters into the air. And then we go falling down, landing directly in the hole that we came out of and crashing down to the ground floor.
Oh, boy.
Where which the fat dude dies. He just fucking straight up dies. But me and the woman that are in there survive. And we limp out, look at each other, and she says, "What now?" And both at the same time, in a sing-song type of manner, we both say, "We'll see." Then all of a sudden, da 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 da, and then credits roll. And then I woke up, and it was so fucking weird.
Speaking of weird dreams, on the second night of the training seminar I had last weekend,
Yep.
we had 2 guest instructors over from Sydney.
Yep.
And was like, okay, it's the second night here, so we'll take him someplace nice. We'll take him to a little Vietnamese place. Yeah, Vietnamese food is great because it's really cheap and you can get just lots of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm a big fat cunt who can eat a lot and is heavily active. So naturally, I get 2 main dishes because I'm a big cunt. And I fucking demonstrate firsthand to these guest instructors just how much I can eat, along to astonished other people who really ought to know better in my club. Anyway, so I go home that night, I'm limping because I'm battered, I'm bruised, and I'm feeling a little... my stomach's aching a bit just because I probably shouldn't have eaten that much.
Yeah.
And I go to sleep that night knowing, oh fuck, I gotta get up in like 4 hours for hard exercise.
Yep.
So, that night was mainly stress dreams about Vietnamese food.
Amazing.
I don't know the details, I just remember that Vietnamese food was involved somehow.
I'm just imagining that episode of Red Dwarf where the Vindaloo gets turned into a living creature.
That's more or less what happened.
How'd you know that was going to happen? Oh, easy. Only lager kills a Vindaloo.
Yeah.
What's your favourite curry?
I'm quite a big fan of Vindaloos, but I do like butter chicken when I'm in the mood for something a bit less spicy.
See, my favourite's probably Rogan Josh. Lamb Rogan Josh, specifically. And when done right, that is. You can get some that are like...
Yeah.
I prefer like the consistency of a gravy-type sauce, because that's what it's meant to be, a gravy-based curry.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, a lot of the Indian places near me just serve lamb vindaloo and call it Rogan Josh. And it's not bad if you want vindaloo, but if you're feeling like a Rogan Josh, you want a Rogan Josh.
Yeah. When you want a specific kind of curry, nothing else will do.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I like my butter chickens just because they're...
Oh, you fucking can't.
Yeah, Jigglypuff's a real bitch. Jigglypuff is a real dozy cunt. Or doze-inducing cunt, I should say.
At least it's missing. I really like it when it's faster than you are, and it puts you to sleep, and you wake up in the same turn. That's my shit.
Yeah. Power Nap!
Yeah.
The special ability for champions.
Okay, so... I'm gonna just heal up if it puts me to sleep again, but wail on it while I can.
Yeah. I'm power leveling Pidgey right now.
Oh, shit.
I'm power leveling Pidgey because I want to teach him to fly.
I should have done more grinding. I'm 2 levels away from evolving.
Oh boy.
Oh, 1 level away from evolving!
Oh man, I should probably start evolving. I should
Leveling.
probably start leveling, leveling to evolve. I should start, leveling Squirt Cunt. Because that'll probably be useful.
It's funny, I always find that specific trainer in this area really weird, because the first thing she says when she runs up to you from a distance to battle you is, don't touch me! Then when you win, it's like, is that it? And I'm kind of curious as to what goes on behind the battling.
Yeah, it's a pretty nasty place here.
Oh, yep. Okay, so I am about to buy my stupid fish, and I am almost certain I can't afford it. So let's see. Alrighty, let me just buy my fish. Oh, that's not the guy. It's the fat dude.
Yep.
Hey, come back.
Go to the fat dude.
Come back. Okay. And... my swell magic coverage is 500. Oh, boy!
Good night, viewers. We will see you next time.
Catch ya.